Do you have trouble drawing circles? You aren't alone. Many people have difficulty with this elusive shape, but don't worry, I've got your back. In this video, I'm going to teach you some tricks that are going to make drawing circles easy, and you're going to be drawing circles that look great in no time at all. Put squares behind you, because here comes the circle. Now, just before I get into that, I just want to take a moment to say thank you so much for some really positive comments that have been left on the channel since I've started this new series of drawings. I really appreciate your feedback. I've also had some really good interest in my other drawing resources on the website, including my new drawing course. If you haven't seen it yet, go to the website and check it out. www.justindwyer.art. Go there now, check it out. There's a link in the description box below. A lot of people are having trouble drawing circles. I've shown you how to draw a straight line. Well, now I'm going to show you how to draw a circle as well. And guess what? It's not as hard as you think, and with a little bit of practice and a few techniques and tips, you're going to be drawing circles anywhere you want. A lot of people struggle with drawing circles, so don't worry, you're not on your own with that. Even experienced artists like myself will have trouble drawing a circle freehand without any kind of techniques or tricks to help us along. I'm going to share with you some things that I've learned over the years that have made it so much easier to draw circles. So here we go. Before we get into that, I just want to say a quick word about symmetry. Now, symmetry is where things are exactly the same on one side or as the other. Look at the page of a piece of paper. Draw a line down the middle. The two halves will look each exactly the same as the other half. If you draw the line to one side or the other, it won't be symmetrical because one side will be bigger than the other. Now, what does this have to do with circles? Well, a circle is a perfectly symmetrical shape. Now, it doesn't matter which way you cut a circle in half, the halves are always an exact mirror image of each other. And that's why drawing a circle is hard. It's difficult to get things to align exactly in this way. But don't you worry. I'm about to show you some things that are going to make drawing circles easy. Now, in a previous video, I talked about how if you restrict yourself by placing your hand or your arm on the desk when you're drawing, you can run out of range of motion in the joint that you've restricted. So if you're drawing with your wrist and you've got your hand placed on the desk, you've only got quite a short range of motion before you run out of ability to turn. So you get your hand up off the desk and allow yourself to draw circles. That's one of the key things that you need to learn when you first start to learn to draw circles. Don't restrict yourself by nailing yourself to the desk. It can feel like you would get a better control, but actually you're getting less control because you can't move freely through the whole motion. Now, the next thing that you need to remember when you're drawing a circle is that you want to draw short sections at a time. If I try and draw a whole circle all in one go, it's almost impossible for me to get it completely symmetrical and round. But if I just draw a short section by section, then it's much easier for me to keep working my way around the circle until I get all the way around, and then I've got a circle. Now, one of the great ways to make your circle nice and round is to start with another shape that's easier to draw. So here's what I want you to do. Take a piece of paper and a pencil and draw a square on the piece of paper. Inside the square, you're going to draw a circle because the circle will fit perfectly inside that square. Start with one corner and draw 25% of the circle. Then do the next 25%, and then the next 25%, and then the last 25%. Draw it in 4 sections. As you draw each section, have a look at the shape of the space between the circle and the square. This is a really good guide, and you'll be able to judge how round your circle is. You'll notice that I'm just drawing straight over the top of the previous lines, and this is a great way to do it. If you stop and rub out the line, the chances are you'll actually just put the line straight back where it just was. If you keep drawing over the top, you can just keep adjusting until you get the circle exactly where you want it to be. Now, you can take your eraser and just rub out the parts you don't want. There you go, you've got a circle. You can also do this by drawing a cross. A cross will work exactly the same as the square. You just draw your circle around the outside edge of the cross. You just want to be aiming to hit the tip of each arm of the cross. Draw your circle around, and you can look at the shapes inside the circle. So the spaces between the part of the cross and the circle. Each quarter should look exactly the same as the other quarters. And once again, just use short lines, work your way around, and just keep drawing over the top until you get the circle you're looking for. The very last thing I want to talk about is where your mental focus is while you're drawing circles. You need to be looking where you want the line to go. Look at the shape. Imagine what it's going to look like once you've drawn it in, focus on that, and then draw the line to where your gaze is focused. It might take some time to get the hang of this. It probably won't be perfect on your first try. It might not be perfect on your 10th try. But I can guarantee one thing. If you practice what I've just talked about, try it out for yourself, give it a go, and you will get better and better at drawing circles. This also works for ellipses, but I'm not going to talk about those today because that's not the topic of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure to have you here. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe and share the video with another beginner who's having trouble with their circles. Thanks a lot and I'll see you later. Bye bye.